Namaste and welcome, beloved mighty companions, to this holy light circle.
Namaste y da la bienvenida a poderosos y amados compañeros a este círculo de luz santa.
Jesus, thank you for bringing us together into this holy light of truth.
Jesús, gracias por reunirnos en esta santa luz de la verdad.
And for how you've taught me about mighty companions and how helpful they truly are, to accept the brother as the helper to heaven, the helper to heaven.
Y por cómo me has enseñado acerca de poderosos compañeros y lo útiles que realmente son para aceptar al hermano como el ayudante del cielo.
And for pointing out to me where heaven is denied.
Y por señalarme dónde se niega el cielo.
And for teaching us really how to join. I didn't know
Y por enseñarnos a unirnos.
I see now I hadn't a clue about what joining really was before, because obviously in consciousness there was a play to avoid joining at all possible costs.
Ahora veo. No tenía ni idea de lo que unirse realmente era antes, porque obviamente en la conciencia había una obra para evitar unirse a toda costa posible.
Which, as Jesus said, is the play that consciousness is doing, not to see that it's already joined with the Father.
Que como dijo Jesús, es la obra que somos, que la conciencia está haciendo para no ver que ya está unida con el Padre.
And what a powerful symbol these joinings are, to come together to see so devotedly what's true.
Y qué poderosos símbolos son estas uniones para unirse para verlo.
To see so fully and directly and unsparingly, to look and see what's true.
Decidida y directa e incansablemente mirar y ver lo que es verdad.
And how important and valuable it is to really be shown, and it will come through our brother, where we're denying. And sometimes it needs to be really direct. Jesus is really direct. It's like, look, you're not listening.
Y lo importante y valioso que es realmente ser mostrado, y vendrá a través de nuestro hermano donde estamos negando, y a veces tiene que ser realmente directo. Jesús es realmente directo. Es como verse.
Where he's so direct with us, if we allow that, if we welcome that, okay, give it to me straight, Jesus, help be really straight. It saves a lot of time.
Donde Él es tan directo con nosotros, y permitimos eso, si damos la bienvenida a eso. Bueno.
And it can come directly through a brother if we're that willing and that accepting of divinity, that we're willing to let it just come ripping through a brother where we're denying.
Y puede venir directamente a través de un hermano si estamos dispuestos y aceptando la divinidad, que estamos dispuestos a dejar que venga a través de un hermano donde estamos negando.
Because as Muji says, we cannot see what we've denied, and it's almost until you transition through it and have gone through it that you actually can recognize it.
Debido a que Sumuji dice que no podemos ver lo que hemos negado, y es casi hasta que la transición a través de él y han pasado por el que realmente se puede reconocer.
So today, again, we ask Jesus to help guide these miracles and show us where we really don't want them whatsoever.
Así que día de nuevo, le pedimos a Jesús que nos ayude a guiar estos milagros y nos muestre dónde realmente no los queremos en absoluto.
And yesterday we were looking at the lesson very deeply in the light circle to see where holiness was not wanted, just to be holy.
Y ayer estuvimos viendo la lección muy profundamente en el círculo de luz para ver dónde la santidad no era deseada solo para ser santo.
And you can ask Jesus, it's like, Jesus, is that what I'm avoiding? I'm avoiding seeing that I'm already holy.
Y puedes preguntar a Jesús como Jesús, ¿es eso lo que estoy evitando? Estoy evitando ver que ya soy santo.
Yes.
Sí.
It really, you start to see the joy when you're looking at a desire and like everyone who's in the group just goes, mm-hmm.
Realmente empieza a ver la alegría cuando estás viendo un deseo y dejar que todos los que están en el grupo se vayan.
You're right, Jesus. I'm trying to avoid holiness every which way I can.
Tienes razón, Jesús. Estoy tratando de evitar la santidad total de cualquier manera que pueda.
Avoiding holiness, like just don't come near me.
Evitar la santidad.
Don't come anywhere near me, holiness. I don't want any of you. And that sounds so insane, but until Jesus really shows us how it's like a plague that we're trying to escape from, it's just not realized.
No te acerques a mi santidad. No quiero a ninguno de ustedes y eso suena tan loco, pero hasta que Jesús realmente muestra que es como una plaga que estaba tratando de escapar de ella, simplemente no se da cuenta.
All right, Jesus, show me all the places I'm trying to run from holiness.
Muy bien, Jesús me muestra todos los lugares. Estoy tratando de huir de la santidad.
And he says, again, when you don't follow me, that is running from holiness.
Y él dice otra vez, cuando no me sigues, que está huyendo de la santidad.
Lesson 36, my holiness envelopes everything I see.
Lección 36, mi santidad abarca todo lo que veo.
Jesus, does my holiness envelope everything I see? Will you show that to me?
Jesús hace que mi santidad envuelva todo. Ya veo, ¿me enseñarás eso?
He says it can't be another way. There's no other way for it.
Dice que no puede ser de otra manera.
He says this is fact.
Él dice que esto es un hecho.
The consciousness thinks that facts are how far it is between the earth and the moon.
La conciencia piensa que el paso que tan lejos está entre la tierra y la luna.
Jesus's facts are the facts that never change.
Los hechos de Jesús son los hechos que nunca cambian.
My holiness envelopes everything I see.
Mi santidad envuelve todo lo que veo.
Today's idea extends the idea for yesterday from the perceiver to the perceived.
La sociedad de hoy extiende la idea de ayer del perceptor a lo percibido.
As usual, Jesus leaves no stone unturned.
Como siempre, Jesús no deja piedra sin remover.
just as we're determined not to leave any desire unexposed to the light.
La justicia estaba decidida a no dejar ningún deseo expuesto a la luz.
You are holy because your mind is part of God's.
Eres santo porque tu mente es parte de la de Dios.
And because you are holy, your sight must be holy as well.
Y debido a que ustedes son santos, su sitio debe ser santo también.
Sinless means without sin.
Sin pecado significa sin pecado.
Jesus, am I sinless?
Jesús, un poco de hielo sin fin.
He says, when you look, where can you find sin in infinite light?
Él dice que cuando miras, ¿dónde puedes encontrar el pecado y la luz infinita?
What does infinite love know of sin?
¿Qué sabe el amor infinito del pecado?
What does infinite innocence know of sin?
¿Qué sabe la infinita inocencia del pecado?
What does holiness know of sin?
¿Qué es la santidad del pecado?
He says, your Father knows nothing of sin, and neither do you.
Dice que tu padre no sabe nada del pecado y tú tampoco.
He says, those are little paper tiger concepts.
Dice que esos son conceptos de tigre de papel.
You are holy because your mind is part of God's.
Eres santo porque tu mente es parte de la de Dios.
We looked at that yesterday, the not wanting to be part of God's mind, have an experience of not wanting to be part of God's mind.
Vimos eso ayer, el no querer ser parte de la mente de Dios, teniendo la experiencia de no querer ser parte de la mente de Scott.
Jesus, is there any desire below my level of awareness for an experience of not wanting to be part of God's mind?
¿Hay algún deseo por debajo de mi nivel de conciencia de una experiencia de no querer ser parte de la mente de Dios?
He says, yes, this is how you attempt to usurp the power of God.
Él dice sí, así es como usted intenta usurpar el poder de Dios.
You are holy because your mind is part of God's mind.
Usted es santo porque usted es, su mente es parte de la mente de Dios.
And because you are holy, your sight must be holy as well.
Y debido a que ustedes son santos, su sitio debe ser santo también.
Just look and you start to release any kind of dead energy with this looking. Just when you look, you start releasing all this dead energy, just leaves just by the looking.
Justo cuando usted mira, usted comienza a liberar toda esta energía muerta, solo sale solo por el mirar.
He says the looking's easy, it's the not looking that's the hard part. It's when you don't want to look, that's when you're in hell. See, when you don't want to look, that's where hell comes.
Dice el ZZ que mira. Es el no mirar lo que es la parte difícil. Es cuando no quieres mirar, que es cuando estás en el infierno. Así que los que no quieren mirar, ahí es donde él vendrá.
He said that's where you're tricking yourself. When you don't look, you don't even know when you're not wanting to look, because there's so much involvement in the ideas and the concepts and the stories that something's happening to you, and then you're kind of in that mode rather than just looking inward to see that that story is not true.
Dijo que ahí es donde te estás engañando a ti mismo cuando no miras, ni siquiera sabes cuando no quieres mirar, porque hay tanta participación en las ideas, en los conceptos, en las historias, que algo te está pasando. Y entonces estás en ese modo en lugar de mirar hacia adentro para ver que esa historia no es verdad.
Start with infinite light.
Comienza con la luz infinita.
This is holiness.
Esto es santidad.
And see in the infinite light of being
Y ver en la infinita luz del ser.
there isn't anything other than holiness.
No hay nada más que la santidad.
And because you are holy, your sight must be holy as well.
Y debido a que ustedes son santos, su sitio debe ser santo también.
This is all the love the Father has for you.
Este es todo el amor que el Padre tiene por ustedes.
Sinless means without sin.
Sin pecado significa sin pecado.
You cannot be without sin a little. You cannot be without sin a little.
No puedes estar un poco sin pecado.
This is another all or none talk where it's either all or none. There's either no sin or no sin.
Esta es otra charla de todo o nada, donde es todo o nada. No hay pecado o no hay pecado.
Another Jesus fact.
Otro hecho de Jesús.
We have to even learn what a fact is.
Incluso tenemos que aprender lo que es un hecho.
You know, when the prosecutor goes into court and says, here are the facts.
Usted sabe cuando el fiscal va a la corte y dice aquí los hechos.
Jesus is definitely holding court in a different courtroom.
Jesús es definitivamente la celebración de la corte en un tribunal diferente.
You walk in, everybody's innocent.
Entras en la inocencia de todos.
But we still, in the play of consciousness, think we need to go into the court.
Estamos todavía en el juego de la conciencia, no creemos que necesitamos ir a la corte.
And be absolved of sin.
Y ser absuelto de pecado.
Jesus is just trying to show us that we never had any.
Jesús está tratando de mostrarnos que nunca tuvimos ninguno.
You are sinless or not.
¿Usted está sin pecado o no?
Okay, Jesus, just show me if there's any desire below my level of awareness to experience sin and want it more than God.
De acuerdo, Jesús solo me muestra si hay algún deseo por debajo de mi nivel de conciencia para experimentar en quería más que Dios.
Do I want to experience sin more than I want to experience the love of God?
Quiero experimentar más de lo que quiero experimentar el amor de Dios.
Once again, he reminds me, you want to experience sin whenever you do not follow me.
Una vez más, él me recuerda que quieres experimentar cuando no me sigues.
If your mind is part of God's, you must be sinless, or a part of his mind would be sinful.
Si su mente es parte de Dios, usted debe estar sin pecado. Es una parte de su mente sería pecaminosa.
I asked him, Jesus, will you show us that how we're part of God's mind?
Le pregunté, Jesús, ¿nos mostrarías cómo éramos parte de la mente de Dios?
He said, this is what these light circles are for.
Él dijo que para esto son estos círculos de luz.
For you to have a direct experience that you're part of God's mind.
Porque tienes una experiencia directa de que eres parte de la mente de Dios.
And that God would have it no other way.
Y que Dios no lo tendría de otra manera.
If your mind is part of God's, you must be sinless, or a part of his mind would be sinful.
Si tu mente es parte de Dios, debes estar sin pecado, o una parte de su mente sería pecaminosa.
Jesus, do I relish trying to prove to God that sin is true?
Jesús, me gusta tratar de probar a Dios que el pecado es verdad.
He said, this is the means by which you would keep the little fiefdom of nothingness.
Él dijo que este es el medio por el cual ustedes mantendrían el pequeño feudo de la nada.
Your sight is related to his holiness, not to your ego, and therefore not to your body.
Su sitio está relacionado a su santidad, no a su ego, y por lo tanto no a su cuerpo.
He says, to see your holiness, you must look beyond your body.
Él dice, para ver a su santidad, deben mirar más allá de su cuerpo.
He says to keep sin is to attempt to keep the body as your reality.
Él dice que guardar el pecado es tratar de mantener el cuerpo como su realidad.
4 3 to 5 minute practice periods are required for today. 4 3 to 5 minute practice periods are required for today.
4.325 minutos de práctica son necesarios para el día de hoy.
I just noticed he really is using the word required.
Acabo de notar que realmente está usando la palabra requerido.
Try to distribute them fairly evenly and make the shorter applications frequently to protect your protection throughout the day.
Trate de distribuirlos de manera bastante uniforme y hacer las aplicaciones más cortas con frecuencia para proteger su protección durante todo el día.
The longer practice period should take this form. The longer practice period should take this form.
La práctica más larga debe tomar esta forma.
First, close your eyes and repeat the idea for today several times slowly. Then open your eyes.
Primero cierre los ojos y repita la idea por hoy varias veces lentamente.
Then open your eyes and look quite slowly about you, applying the idea specifically to whatever you note in your casual survey.
A continuación, abra los ojos y mire muy lentamente a su alrededor la aplicación de la idea específicamente a lo que usted nota en su encuesta casual.
Say, for example, my holiness envelopes that rug.
Digamos, por ejemplo, mi santidad envuelve esa alfombra.
My holiness envelopes that wall.
Mi santidad envuelve esa pared.
My holiness envelopes these fingers.
Mi santidad envuelve estos dedos.
My holiness envelopes that chair.
Mi santidad envuelve esa silla.
My holiness envelopes that body.
Mi santidad envuelve ese cuerpo.
My holiness envelopes this pen.
Mi santidad envuelve este dolor.
Several times during these practice periods, close your eyes and repeat the idea to yourself. Several times during these practice periods, close your eyes and repeat the idea to yourself.
Varias veces durante estos periodos de práctica, cierre los ojos y repita la idea para sí mismo.
Then open your eyes and continue as before.
Entonces abra sus ojos y continúe antes.
For the shorter exercise periods, close your eyes and repeat the idea.
Para los periodos de ejercicio más cortos, cierra los ojos y repite la idea.
Look about you as you repeat it again and conclude with one more repetition with your eyes closed.
El libro sobre ustedes, usted lo repite otra vez y concluye con una repetición más con sus ojos cerrados.
All applications should, of course, be made quite slowly, as effortlessly and unhurriedly as possible.
Por supuesto, toda solicitud debe hacerse muy despacio, sin esfuerzo y sin prisa.
My holiness envelopes everything I see.
Mi santidad envuelve todo lo que veo.
It feels helpful for us to just do the lesson this morning with Jesus and be guided in what to look at.
Se siente útil para nosotros simplemente hacer la lección esta mañana con Jesús y ser guiados y qué mirar.
My holiness envelopes everything I see.
Mi santidad envuelve todo lo que veo.
This is really happiness.
Esto es realmente felicidad.
Thank you for another beautiful lesson together with my brother Jesus.
Gracias por otra hermosa lección junto a mi hermano Jesús.
We'd like to ask Lori if she would come and extend the holiness through her singing.
Me gusta preguntar a Lori si ella vendría y extender la santidad a través de su canto.
This is called magnitude.
Esto se llama magnitud.
Into all eternity, that crafty tiny melody. The Son of God, got to laugh. Teardrops fall into tiny space, never real. Can I go back? Terrified of the light, I wanna go home. I'm terrified of the love. Ask and it shall be given. You ask for far too little. I want the real love transfusion to see false is false, silence in the gray rays of truth. Hold me now. Hold my open heart in your surround. Sparkling roses blooming. Whoa, magnitude, magnitude, From the decision to forget, to the desire to remember, to the experience, to the always have known, I'm in the huddle for healing. I'm in the huddle for healing. The cause for love, paradise was never lost. Magnitude, magnitude.
Good morning. Welcome all to this Holy Light Circle. Thank you for being here with us. We are joined together in holy purpose with our brother Jesus to hear and speak his voice for God and to ask for his guidance and help to accepting the miracle on the desire to deny today's course lesson. So we'll begin by going deep within to ask Jesus, in honesty of God, do I have the desire to deny you are my guide to see my holiness envelops everything I see, hidden below my level of awareness?
Yes.
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 If Jesus reveals you have a desire below your level of awareness that you are valuing more than the love of the Father, admit the desire and ask for a miracle. Jesus, do I value the desire to deny you are my guide to see my holiness envelops everything I see more than I value the love of God? Yes.
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 Jesus, am I ready for a miracle on the desire to deny you are my guide to see my holiness envelops everything I see?
No.
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 No. Jesus, will you show me that the desire to deny you are my guide to see my holiness envelops everything I see, does not have the value that I think it does?
Yes.
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 Jesus, have I accepted a miracle on this desire? No.
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 There can be many miracles on the way to fully releasing a desire as Jesus moves us deeper into the hidden corners of the mind. Jesus, am I complete with the desire to deny you are my guide to see my holiness envelops everything I see? Or do I need to go deeper and look further with you? Deeper.
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 Jesus, do I value the desire to deny you are my guide to see my holiness envelops everything I see, more than I value the love of God? Yes.
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 Jesus, am I ready for a miracle on the desire to deny you are my guide to see? My holiness envelops everything I see.
No.
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 No. Jesus, will you show me that the desire to deny you are my guide to see, my holiness envelops everything I see, does not have the value that I think it does.
Yes.
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 Jesus, have I accepted a miracle on this desire?
No.
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 Yes. There can be many miracles on the way to fully releasing a desire as Jesus moves us even deeper into the hidden corners of the mind. Jesus, am I complete with the desire to deny you are my guide to see my holiness envelops everything I see? Or do I need to go even deeper with you?
Deeper.
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 Jesus, will you show me that the desire to deny you are my guide to see my holiness envelops everything I see, does not have the value that I think it does? Yes.
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 Jesus, am I ready for a miracle on the desire to deny you are my guide to see my holiness envelops everything I see?
Yes.
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 Jesus, have I accepted a miracle on this desire?
Yes.
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 There can be many miracles on the way to fully releasing a desire as Jesus moves us into the deepest hidden corners of the mind. Jesus, am I complete with the desire to deny you are my guide to see my holiness envelops everything I see? Or do I need to continue looking deeper with you?
Deeper.
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 Deeper. Thank you all. I'm hearing this completes the looking part of our light circle. If you are not feeling fully complete with this desire, or if any part of it resurfaces throughout the day, you can continue to join with Jesus to look deeper. And he's encouraging us always to join with a brother to help hear his voice even more clearly. And we can do this anytime by putting a request for a joining in our messenger chat group, ACIM, Jesus, a New Covenant. And now we'll move into the sharing part of this session where we practice speaking the voice for God. And Jesus is guiding us to pause and ask him if he wants us to share, and if so, just to speak what he tells us to say in the moment, specifically about this lesson in desire, what we have learned and where we have heaven and hell flipped upside down in our mind. Always remembering that speaking the voice for God is holy and in service to healing the one mind. Thank you. Yeah, so Jesus is telling me that I'm opening up my mind to this truth, but there's still part of it that's obstinate and wants nothing to do with it. It wants me to continue seeing sinfulness. But he says, when you're in the light with me, you can see there is no sin, and all you have is your holiness, because you were created by God. Your mind is with him, and that you cannot change, but you can continue pretending until you decide not to, that you are sinful, and and deep down you love that. So keep working with me, keep spending time in the light, he's saying, to see the truth and rest and relax in the truth. And from there, he says, it's easy to see that your holiness does envelop everything. Thank you.
Thank you, David. He's showing me how much I'm convinced that ease and safety and comfort can be found with effort. And that's the Mary identity trying to do it on her own. And that's based on my whole idea of myself, who I think I am. And he's wow, he's showing me really how easy it is to set that aside. And it's not something that I do, but it's just the willingness. It's just pausing and being willing. Okay, Jesus, I can see what's showing up here is not happiness. It's not well-being. It's not safety, it's not ease. And I'm willing to be shown another way of looking at this. And that has to be, he's saying, a constant practice. And I don't know why I'm hearing this right now, but what I'm hearing is he's saying, I am not the enemy. And I'm like, okay, I can get that. I think Jesus is the enemy, because I think if I acknowledge, if Mary acknowledges her holiness, then I have to give up something. There's sacrifice involved. And so he's just gently allowing me to be with this and just look at it, not judge it and not make myself wrong, but see how I think being holy requires sacrifice in the world, the sacrifice of personal identity. And of course, that he's saying, hello, that's the whole crux of the matter. You see yourself as separate from who you really are. And so in these moments, particularly in the joinings, in any joinings, um, all of this disappears. It just disappears in the moment. And he's saying that's all there is right now. And and so be with that and trust that and have confidence and faith in that, because it extends to everything. That's all there is. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you for being with us on a consistent basis and choosing to see what's true. And thank you, Jesus, for helping us acknowledge and embrace that you are our guide to see. Our holiness envelops everything. Yeah, thank you. And I'm hearing this completes our Light Circle session for this morning. We'll join again this evening at 7 p.m. U.S. Central Time to look at part 2 of this lesson and desire. So if you've not received the miracle on this throughout the day, please do join us, and we'll collaborate again with Jesus to go deeply in the mind and clear out any remaining remnants of the desire. Again, that's 7 p.m. U.S. Central Time this evening. And with that, thank you all always for joining with us. Hope you have a beautiful day, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon. Love you. Thank you.